and good afternoon. Chris here, aka Kermie, and welcome to Reading with Kermie. Today on Don't Stress the Small Stuff, it's just small stuff with the family. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Good, I hope. Well, best as can be. I'm sure, like myself, there's a lot of you that getting a little cabin fever. The only trips we've made to town, well, at least for me in the last month, is Safeway and back. But we make what we got, the best of what we got. So back to reading with Kermie. Got me a before shower look still because I was waiting for my sister's package. Finally arrived, so after reading Kermie, I'm going to finally get my shower. But anyway, reading Kermie, Don't Stress the Small Stuff with the Family. We have reached chapter 36. Not too shabby, eh? Get off my keyboard, please, Binks. Cat likes to walk on my keyboard, but my fault, I put it on the floor to charge it up. So, you're going to come up here and read with us? Come on. Binks is going to join us, I think. Hello. Say hello to the audience. Alright, let's get started, huh, Binks? Never ever take your spouse or significant other for granted. Well, I'm not guilty of that, but carry on. I could write an entire book on this subject, but since I have only a few paragraphs to explain, I'll get right to the heart of the matter. Hi, Binks. And shaven looks and everything. Anyway, if you take your spouse for granted, it is absolutely 100% guaranteed to adversely affect your relationship, no doubt. I've never ever met a single person who likes to be taken for granted, and very few who will put up with it over the long run. Yes, Binks. Clearly, one of the most disrespectful and destructive things we can possibly do to our spouse or anyone is to take them for granted. To do so is sort of like saying, it's your job to make my life easier and my job to expect it. Ouch. There are so many ways to take our partner for granted. Here are just a few. We take our roles more seriously than theirs. We think our contribution are significant and our partners are the lucky ones. Many of us forget to say please and thank you. Some of us never do. We fail to reflect on how lucky we are, of how sad and difficult it would be to live without our spouses. Sometimes we get very demanding of our spouses or treat them much differently than we would a friend. Other times we speak for them or disrespectfully about them in front of others. Some of us think, I'm guilty of a lot of those. Anyway, some of us think we know what our spouses are thinking, so we make decisions for them. Then there is the common mistake of coming to expect certain things, a clean home or a hot meal, or money to pay the bills, or a nice clean-cut lawn. There are, after all, our spouses. They should do these things. Finally, very few of us really listen to our spouse or share in their excitement, unless, of course, it matches something we are interested in. I could go on and on, but you get the point. Is it any wonder that close to 50% of marriages end up in divorces, and that many of the rest are painful, boring, and or less than satisfying? Hardly. It's so obvious, but for some reason we keep making the same mistake. We take our partners for granted. The reverse is also true. Yes, it is. I've lived and experienced both sides of that. But carrying on. Almost nothing makes people feel better than feeling as though they are appreciated and valued. Think about how wonderful it felt when you first met your spouse or significant other. It was absolutely wonderful, and as a major contributing factor to this feeling of love you shared was that you truly appreciate each other. You said things like, "It's nice to hear from you," and "Thank you for calling." You expressed your appreciation for everything from a simple compliment to the tiniest gift card or gesture of kindness. Each chance you had, you expressed your gratitude, and you never took your new love for granted. Many people believe that it is inevitable that couples will lose their sense of appreciation for one another. Not so. Appreciation is something that you have 100% control over. If you choose to be grateful and to express your appreciation, you will do so. And the more you do so, the more you'll be in the healthy habit of noticing things to be grateful for. Excuse me, beings. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. At the end of the chapter. Oh, no, we got one more page, so bear with me. You too, Binks. My wife, Chris, is one of the most appreciative people I've ever known. She constantly telling me how much she loves me or how lucky she is to be married to me. I try to remember to do the same because that's exactly how I feel. And you know what? Every time she expresses her appreciation toward me, I feel that much more love for her. And she assures me the same is true for her. But we don't do this as a way of getting love, but simply because we both tend to focus on how lucky we are to have one another as a friend and partner. Yes, that's awesome. Okay, excuse me, Banks. Wait, he's weighing me down with all his weight. Almost finished, Banks. Almost done. Alright, for example, be aware at a speaking engagement, and Chris will leave me a sweet message telling me how grateful she is that I'm willing to work so hard for our family. About the same time, I'll leave a message with her, letting her know how grateful I am that she's willing and able to be home with our children, giving them the love they need and deserve while I am away. I love that. Writing notes back and forth to each other. How sweet. We both honestly feel that the other is making at least an equal sacrifice, and that regardless, we're on the same team. That's right. Then when she was away, I'm home. Binks, excuse me. This is so heavy. Binks. Oh, we both honestly feel that the other is making at least an equal sacrifice, and that regardless, we're on the same team. Then, when she's away and I'm home, it seems that we reverse compliments. She's grateful that I'm willing and able to be at home, and I'm equally grateful that she's away making yet another contribution to the family. Chris and I have been together for more than 15 years, my doppelganger. More than 15 years, and we love each other more today than we did all those years ago. I'm also absolutely certain that our decision to not take each other for granted is one of the major reasons why this is true. I'll bet you'll be shocked at how powerful this strategy can be if you give it a try. For the time being, forget what you are getting back and focus only on what you are giving. I believe that you make that decision, you stop taking your partner for granted. In time, your spouse will begin to do the same things. It feels good to be grateful. Try it. You'll love it. Oh, let me take a sip there. That was a long chapter, kind of hummings. Well, I hope you guys got something out of that reading. It was a good one. There's times where, of course, I've taken my girlfriend in the past for granted, and that was me back then. And this last year, I've taken it. Well, a little over a year now. I've been single and working on me, so I won't make those same mistakes again, because I'm not the type of person that likes to take anybody for granted. Friend, spouse, girlfriend, whatever kind of relationship whatever kind of relationship it is, I don't like to take anybody for granted if I can help it, and be aware of my behavior. That's what I'm getting at. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied from that long reason. Yeah, just appreciation is where it's at, and that's one thing I have been working on this last year. A couple months ago, I read this whole book on appreciation and how to be aware of it and how to notice it in your life. And once that happens, you begin to get more things to be appreciated for in your life. And this last year has been that eye-opening experience for me to see those things that I'm truly grateful for and what I can work on and thrive for in the future. Anyway, back to the book. Kind of coincides and relates. Appreciation, even for the small stuff, because what we have is what we have. We can always strive for more and get bigger, and just appreciate what we have now. For, like I said, those things to appreciate do come in our lives the more we are grateful and appreciate what we have now. And that's what I was learning in my experience anyway, so I'm just sharing you what I experienced. Everybody might approach things and have a different perspective, and that's quite alright. That's what makes us unique and uniquely connected as well. And I hope everybody's having a good day, and that spiel I just said made sense to somebody. But if not, that's okay. I'm letting it out anyway, so there. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good day, and I've just been chilling all afternoon. I was waiting for my sister to get something in the mail the last couple days. It has finally arrived right before I made this video, so I'm going to shower and shave and feel like I'm doing something. I don't know, might bundle up and get my camera and see if I can get some pictures to see what happens. I have other projects going on too that I could do. It's just getting that motivation and inspiration to get things started. That's where the key is, get it started. Yes. Anyways, appreciate what you have now. That was the moral of the story, I believe. Said I hope everybody's having a good day and dealing with quarantine the best they can and just holding tight and just healing myself at the moment, because to me, well, anyway, that's what I've been doing. That's all really there is to do for me right now. Is just focus on me and give myself self-care. I'm pretty much, the world's pretty much on that vacation right now, so it's time to look inward. So I've been trying to reevaluate my whole situation. I know I might go back to dishwashing a couple days a week, but there's other things I want to try to do, so I'm working slowly towards that, and that's one reason why I'm taking so many photos in quarantine, because I'm gathering up to create that future income, hopefully. So, on that note, you guys have a good afternoon. I love you, and stay healthy and safe out there. Peace.